don't get into this thing of, oh, is the right person just the wrong time? If I just wait, then they'll become the right person, right time. No, in my opinion, right person, wrong time is the wrong person. What is going on, guys? Josh Love Talk here. Hope you guys are doing well. When it comes to dating, I feel like one of the most difficult things that can happen to you is seeing somebody you're really into, right? Somebody you like, they tick the boxes, and they also like you, right? They reciprocate in the same feeling, there's connection, attraction, everything you're looking for. And that rarely happens. It rarely happens. But the person is just not ready for what you're ready for. You want commitment, they don't want the same thing. And I feel like that it's so disappointing sometimes. And I speak with a number of people who find themselves in this situation and it's so difficult to let go. So in this video, I want to talk about signs that the person you're talking to is not ready. Because if you see the signs, then you don't invest as much, right? So that's what I want to talk about in this video and what you should do when you start talking to somebody and you see the signs that they are not ready for what you're ready for. So it's two things: signs that the person you're talking to is not ready, and also what you should do when you find out that they're not ready. Before I get into it, please like, share, subscribe. Please subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I post my videos. The first sign I want to talk about is somebody that is not ready for you will not progress the dating situation. So if you're talking to somebody and you don't quite know where things stand, you're not friends and you're also not in a relationship. You're somewhere in between. There's no label, there's nothing, but you're doing everything you would do with somebody you're in a relationship with. So you're talking to your late, constantly going on dates, you're having sex, everything else is happening, but the situation is not moving forward. This is a sign that that person is not ready for what you're ready for. Somebody that is ready for commitment, right, would progress the dating situation. And the thing is, when someone is not ready, there's nothing you can do about it. When they're not ready to push things forward, there's nothing you can do about it. You just have to wait. And this is difficult because they're doing all the right things. You know, everything is great. They're just not making that step. And you would feel like the more you try to impress them, the more things you do, there's chance of them changing their mind. But that rarely happens. They are just not ready. So they will not progress the dating situation. The second sign that the person you're talking to is not ready is they cannot make time for you. When you're talking to somebody that's always busy, it's like you have to chase, beg, or wait for them to come back to you. They're always busy. They cannot make your priority, right? You're always waiting for them to get in touch with you. You're always waiting for them to arrange the date, or you have to be the one doing it all the time. This is a sign that they're not ready for you. Somebody that's ready for commitment, somebody that's ready for you would make the time. Regardless how busy they are, they would make the time to invest. Because if they're not spending time with you or they cannot make the time, how can they truly get to know you for a relationship to happen? The third sign that they're not ready is they're easily driven away. When you're talking to somebody that's not ready, little things will become big arguments. Anytime they don't get their way, anytime things are not going the way they want, or sometimes just because they can, because they know how invested you are in them, they could just make up a big argument and from there they disappear, right? They disappear and for time they will not come back to you. Days, weeks, they will not come back to you. And we've all been in the situation where somebody we're really into is acting up and we're just waiting by our phone for them to get in touch. We're just waiting, like you're having sleepless nights. You're waking up in the middle of the night to check your phone to see if they've messaged, if they've called. Nothing. You start going on their social media to see if they're posting anything, to see if they're active. It's because you're so invested in them. But they know this, right? So they play on that. When someone is doing that, that level of inconsistency is a sign that they're not ready. Somebody that wants a relationship with you, someone that's ready for commitment or see you as somebody to commit to, would not be that inconsistent. Because if you're inconsistent, how can you build a relationship? The fourth sign is they are too independent. If you're talking to somebody and you find yourself always fighting to get through to them, like to connect with them emotionally or get into a place where you're trying to find out more about them, it's always a battle. Like you're constantly struggling to find where you fit in their life. That is a sign, because that is something they're doing intentionally. They would rather be independent so they don't get too attached that they cannot leave. So they stay away from you. They give you the bare minimum for you to feed on. And the way this happens is that the more they stay away, the more they become an enigma, so to speak, the more attractive they are, because you start investing and fighting to really get to know them. You start working extra hard because you're trying to find where you can add value, where you can soften them up. And when you don't get that, you start doing the most. You're giving everything, you're doing different things, just hoping that something sticks, which makes you become more invested, which makes it more difficult for you to leave the situation. And all this while, they're just chilling, they're enjoying what you're doing. When this happens, that is a sign that they are not quite ready, because somebody that's ready for you would want to build that emotional attachment. They would want that, they want you to add value to them, and they want to do the same as well. So for you to add value to somebody, they have to be quite open, right? So if this person is not opening up, they're not opening up, you're always having to struggle to get anything from them, then that's a sign that they're not ready for you. And the last sign is they keep bringing up past traumas. So they've been hurt in the past, and X did this to them, and X did that to them. This is a sign that they're not ready. Because, first of all, you don't want to be in a relationship with somebody that is not emotionally, mentally, and spiritually in the right place, because that's just the wrong foundation. But what happens when somebody with trauma starts talking to you and they're really into you and you also like them, you think they tick the boxes, is that you make yourself their therapist. So you start finding a way to fix them. And what this means is you become more tolerant of things you would not typically accept. You say, okay, it's because they're going through that. Oh, I get it. You become more understanding, but not understanding in a good way, not in a way that benefits you, understanding in the way that benefits them, right? And that keeps that situation going on for longer. And you might not get anything out of it, right? So those are 5 signs that the person you're talking to is not ready. They're not ready for commitment. They're not ready for what you're ready for. So what should you do? For me, I would say first thing is to accept that this person is not ready. A lot of time we deny these things. We don't accept things as they are. We are thinking of what we hope it would be. And because we're invested, because we've put in a lot of effort, we're hoping to get a return. So the first thing is to accept. The second thing to do is to let them know that you want a committed relationship and you're not quite sure if they're ready. When you say this, you'll be surprised as to how people respond. In a lot of cases, people will let you know that, you know what, you're right. I'm just not in a good place for this. There's no point wasting our time. And that way you know to move on. And the last thing to do is to be ready to walk away, or even just walk away. If you've told them what you want and they cannot deliver, you have to walk away. Don't get into this thing of, oh, is the right person just the wrong time? If I just wait, then they'll become the right person, right time. No. In my opinion, right person, wrong time is the wrong person. Okay. And also, you don't want to take that risk, because what if by the time they're ready, they don't choose you? You've now wasted your time. I mean, you can take the risk if you want, but it's a big risk to take and you stand to lose. You stand to waste your time. So that's what I would say. If you can relate with any of the signs, please leave a comment below. If it's something you've experienced, or if you've been talking to somebody that you're really into, they're into you, but they're not quite ready. Let us know that situation and how did you deal with it? What happened? Guys, that's it for me for today. As always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell so you know when I post my videos. Thanks for listening. I'll catch you on the next one.